Morning.
Morning.
Jerry Ray, Director of the Department of Transportation. And I understand for many of you, or most of you perhaps, this is the first time you've been to our Traffic Management Center, so we'd like to welcome you here and invite you to walk around, take a look at it, and familiarize yourself with what goes on here and the technology that we have that helps us improve the flow of traffic around the state. Specifically this morning, we're here to launch our OHGO.com initiative. At the Ohio Department of Transportation, we're constantly looking for new and innovative ways to get Ohioans to their destinations safely and in a way that saves time and money. OHGO.com is one of those ways. OHGO.com is our latest traveler information tool to help Ohio travelers get where they're going faster, safer, and easier than ever before. We understand that each moment you spend in traffic is time that you're not spending with your family, with your friends, or at your job. At ODOT, time and money are our currency, and OHGO.com helps us save both. Travelers can utilize this tool for current traffic speeds, traffic incidents, travel times, road construction, and winter road conditions. OHGO.com will allow you to localize your route based on the city you are traveling in with choices of Toledo, Cleveland, Akron, Dayton, Cincinnati, and Columbus. And will benefit drivers throughout the entire state, whether you live here or you're just passing through. After choosing your destination city, you will see a user-friendly map that will allow you to view your current travel times, any possible slowdowns, as well as weather conditions. As you can see behind me, we have a team of dedicated people working around the clock to monitor what's going on Ohio's roads and making sure OHGO.com is there when you need it. When you look at OHGO.com, you will be getting real-time traffic information directly from the source. OHGO.com is available on your desktop computer, but as an added convenience, users will be able to access it through mobile phones, tablets, and other smart devices. We're excited about the introduction of this new resource and hope drivers will learn to take full advantage of the opportunity. Our project manager, who's done a wonderful job on this, Todd Wolfhurst, has been working very hard to make this a great resource for all of Ohio, and now he's going to give you a full demonstration of the site and its capabilities. Todd?
Thank you, Director Ed. All right. So when you first get to OHGO.com, one of the first things you'll notice is you're presented with a map, and it's basically asking you where do you want to be today? What do you want to see? And for sake of argument, let's pick Columbus. And the first thing that you'll see then is the map, and you'll see a color-coded map. And the map basically tells you what the travel time speeds are. So if we look down here, we can see our speeds at the top, at the bottom right-hand corner. We can see 50 miles an hour, 25 to 49, and 25 to 0. So if you see red, it's slow. It's just like a stoplight. The other thing you'll notice are alerts. So currently we don't have any alerts, but let's expand the map a little bit and see a few of the alerts that you might see. So an idea here is on I-71, we currently see a traffic alert. So the traffic alert gives you information about what's going on. Yellow means restricted, red would be both lanes. You can see more information by clicking the More button. And if you have a Twitter account, you can click on the little blue bird and view, pull up your Twitter feed, and you can tweet about this to your Twitter followers. So if you want to tell other people that follow you on Twitter, you can see it there. The other thing that you'll see is, let's go back to Columbus. Here on the travel times, if you've noticed the big digital message signs that we have above the highways, this gives you information about those signs. So here it's telling me the various road sections from 315 to Henderson Road, how many miles and how many minutes to get to that various section. We can also see road construction and events. So by clicking on these items, we can see what information is about the road construction events. And again, you can click more to get more information. We can also see traffic cameras if you'd like to see live streams of the traffic cameras. These are updated about every 5 to 10 seconds. Our road sensors. These are the weather stations that we have around the state. So by clicking on them, you can get current meteorological information. And then the last thing we have are the winter road conditions. And these are updated from November to April. And these give you information if the roads are snowy or icy, any events that are, this is human input, what the drivers are seeing out on the roads at that moment. So. The other thing that's not running right now, but we also have we call it a super alert that runs. It's a banner that runs up top to warn people about road closures. We would have amber alerts on there, alerts if there's a major outage of any highway outage. So that one's really meant for to warn the public about any specific condition. So that's the nickel tour. Are there any
things
questions?
that we have in our mission statement is that of course that we're going to improve safety, and we also say that we want to make our system work better. And this is a perfect example of making our system work better. We cannot always build new roads and new interchanges, new intersections. We have to take what we have and improve it and make it work better and serve the public better. And this is a perfect example of how that can happen, so that the more information people have, the more ability they have to get to their destination, first of all, safely, and second of all, sooner. Yes, sir.
Outside of the 6 cities that you mentioned, what if does it have all this information available in between those cities? So if I'm going to Cincinnati, can I see where there's an accident or weather conditions?
Yes, absolutely. So there's a couple of things you can do. One, you can just make the map smaller. And you can just see the destination in between the cities. So if I was traveling from Columbus to Cincinnati and I wanted to see what the route looked like there, by making the map smaller, you can see point A to point B. The other thing you can also do too is, if you're in Ohio, you don't necessarily associate yourself with a city, you can look at an entire region. So here we have the Southwest Ohio region, and it pulls the zoom back a little bit, and you can see a little bit more information pulled back. We also try to make it personalized, so the background images change. If I close the browser and reopen it, it takes me back it remembers where I was, that I care about the Southwest region, and just shows me the Southwest region. I don't have to go back to that big map every time. It's kind of a one-time thing. But if you want to, you can. The other thing too is on the menu, we have resources, help, we have a video tour that kind of explains all of the features that I just went through. It's on our YouTube channel, but this brings up the video tour and everything else. So. And we even went with the name OHGO, OHGO.com, because it was easier to type into a browser, especially a mobile browser. Everything that you see here, you can pull up on your smartphone. Just go to your phone's web browser, www.ohgo.com. There's no apps to download, it'll just pull it up. You can use it on any smartphone, Android, iPhone, Windows, Blackberries. It works on anything that has a smartphone that's on a browser.
So this replaces BuckeyeTraffic.com?
BuckeyeTraffic.org, yeah. See, that was another thing we figured out, too, that a lot of people were trying to go to the .com as opposed to the .org. We have BuckeyeTraffic.org up right now, but eventually we will be phasing that site out in place of OHGO.
And how long has that been around?
Buckeye Traffic's been around since 2007. Some of its first incarnations were 2007.
And when was this rolled out?
We initially started doing some sort of soft rollout piloting right before Thanksgiving, the Wednesday right before Thanksgiving, sort of just testing its overall stability and connectivity and all those types of things. So when you're driving down the highway, you'll see a little solar panel, and attached to that is something that looks like a camera. It's actually a radar, and it goes off every minute. It collects traffic speed information and then sends it back to our database here so we can report on it. And then again, the traffic camera images are updated every few seconds, so it's constantly being updated.
So those cameras aren't to catch speeders?
No, they are not. Mainly just, we only use them to manage traffic flows.
Is this the final version of the product, or are you looking to do more?
We may do more. As with anything, like the director said, we're always looking to improve the system, to make things better. So as we get feedback from the public, we'll take that feedback and make the system better.
Yeah, but nothing specific right now.
Nothing specifically right now.
Does this include a way for people to have updates sent directly to them, or is that something that you guys are still working on?
That's something that we are still kind of looking at, but we don't have a timetable for when that would be. So the idea would be if you care about State Route 315 or 270 and you want to get updates via email or text, you know, if there's a slowdown, a push, if you will. But that's still in the early planning phases.
Is that it? Thank you.